Need like smooth jazz music in the background.
Yeah, go for it.
Should we go for it? Wait, I can't find it. Oh no, I can't find it on the computer.
What?
Smooth
Oh, I'm gonna
jazz.
play it. Yeah.
All right. We're getting our speaker set up for some smooth jazz.
Oh boy.
Once that gets up,
Do you have the cumin on hand, Charles?
I do. The cumin is right here. That'll be our secret ingredient.
Secret ingredient.
God.
Probably a secret.
We'll put it right next to the cinnamon, just in case we get confused.
Do you want to explain what happened to the people that don't know?
One day I was making snickerdoodles, and it was slightly dark in the room, and so I grabbed the first thing that looked like cinnamon, and I added it in, and then the next morning when I tried my first snickerdoodle cookie, it tasted like tacos.
Uh-huh.
Right.
They-
So,
they-
Bless you.
the smooth jazz was too loud, so we're just gonna leave that out. So you just get to hear the smooth sound of my serenading voice.
Yay.
Alrighty, well I'm gonna go on ahead and get started. Hi, welcome to the Joy of Baking with me, your host, Charles Bob Ross Baker. Today, we're gonna be making some happy little bite-sized snack snickerdoodles. Alright, now, to get started, you're gonna need a stand mixer. I prefer to use a stand mixer because if not, your arms get tired, and nobody likes that. Also, you're gonna need to use the paddle attachment. I prefer to use the paddle attachment because last time I used the whisk attachment, the attachment broke. Alrighty. Go on ahead and attach your paddle attachment. Then we get started with the first few ingredients. What you want to do is you want to cream the butter along with the sugars. Right here, we have some white sugar and we have some brown sugar. Preferably, we would like some light brown sugar, but if you don't have light brown sugar and all you have is dark, we don't discriminate. Go on ahead, add in your sugars. If you want to add a little bit more sugar, that's okay. It'll just make it a little bit sweeter, like all of you. Now for your butter, you want 2 sticks of butter or 1 full cup. Go on ahead, grab your butter, and start chopping that baby up. You want to chop it up as much as possible. Just make it nice and small and thin so that it'll get nice and even with the sugar. As you're adding the butter, just think about how you could be eating snickerdoodles, and soon that'll happen.
Charles Baker the baker.
Look, now since you have butter on your hand, you might want to go wash that. Now, I would have some snickerdoodles already done to show you how they should look like, but I accidentally spilled cocoa powder all over my kitchen without making it right, and so we can no longer show those. All right, now that you have your butter and your sugar, go on ahead and turn on your stand mixer. You want to have that running for quite a little bit of time, just a couple minutes. So it's all nice and smooth and it looks like wet sand.
Hi.
All right, that looks about good. So now what you want to do is you want to start adding your wet ingredients. This is the eggs and the vanilla. I like to add the vanilla first. Go on ahead. If you want to add the right amount of vanilla, go on ahead and add a teaspoon. But if you're feeling adventurous, there's no such thing as too little vanilla. So go on ahead and add as much of that as you want. Next, we need to add the eggs. Now you need 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. This is what makes it nice and soft and moist. Now to separate the egg from the egg yolk, there's 2 ways you can do it. My way is I like to crack the eggshell in half and go from one egg to the other until all you're left with is the yolk, but I'll show you an easier way to do it. Go on ahead and crack that egg right on open. Then what you want to do is you want to take a spoon, get the egg yolk right on top of that spoon.
Nice.
And drop it in with the other egg. Now that you have 2 egg yolks, 1 egg, go on ahead and just throw those right in. Now you want to turn your mixer back on until it's all nice and yellow. All right, at this point, your batter should look like chunky mustard. Next, you want to add in some more of your dry ingredients. This is the cinnamon, the salt, and the tartar, your baking soda, and your cumin.
No.
So, for cinnamon, if you want to add the correct amount, go on ahead and put in 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. I prefer just to give it a few good shakes till it's nice and a little bit layered where you're shaking. Gives it a little bit more flavor. Next, just throw on in all of your other ingredients. This is your baking soda or powder, your cream of tartar, and your salt. Now for your salt, you want to try and use any type of salt besides table salt, mainly because table salt is too tiny and it dissolves, and then you won't be able to taste the salt at all. However, don't make the same mistake I did about 2 years ago and add 4 tablespoons of salt. Only add 1/4 of a teaspoon. All right, you want to turn your mixer back on. All right, make sure those are all nice and incorporated. Next, we go on to our last ingredient for the dough, your flour. Now this is 2 3/4 cups. Go add a little bit more, it'll make them a little bit drier. Go add a little bit less, it'll make them a little bit more moist, but this seems to be the perfect amount. Now just go on ahead and dump all of that right in. Doesn't matter if you do it a little bit or a lot at once. I just like this way because it's faster. Now, there's a certain way you have to do this. If you just turn it on, it goes poof, and your entire kitchen is covered in flour. So what you want to do is you want to turn it on a little bit at a time until you can turn it on all the way. So like this.
That's good.
All right, now that that's done, you can turn it on to about medium-low. And let that go for about a minute or a minute and a half. Well, halfway through, you can turn it up a notch just to make it a little bit tougher. Alrighty. Now that your dough is made, you can take out the paddle attachment. But first, what you want to do before you make the cookies is try your dough, because who doesn't like some good snickerdoodle cookie dough? Now, sometimes I like to just not even make the cookies at all and just sit and watch and binge Netflix on my TV while I eat this giant batch of snickerdoodle cookie dough. Give me a second. Delicious. All right, now you can take your bowl off from the stand mixer. We have some wardrobe issues, and I'll take this off for the moment.
Get shape.
Cookie dough.
Fastest shave ever.
Now what you want to do is preheat your oven. Now you want to do this at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, now that we have that started, we can start making the cookie dough balls. This part is painfully long, but that's okay because we have each other. All right, what you'll want to do is you'll want to get a spoon and then you'll want to get a plate. This plate is what we're going to be using for our outside dusting of sugar and cinnamon for the cookie dough balls. First, we want to grab some sugar. Thank you. Now, preferably, you'll want about half a cup to 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Of course, I like to do about a pile of sugar. About that much is good. Just until you can cover the plate nice and evenly, like so. Next, you'll want to grab your cinnamon. Thank you. Now your cinnamon, what you'll want is about 1 to 2 tablespoons again. It's up to your discretion how cinnamony you want it. I like to just give it a few good shakes until you about dust the top of the sugar that you put down. Yeah, shake it nice and good. You want to get all that cinnamon flavor out. Shake it like you shake the table salt when you're mad at the person sitting across from you. All right, now you want to take your spoon and mix that bad boy up. You want a nice even color from the cinnamon and the sugar so it looks like doo-doo salt. All right, that seems about perfect right there. Your salt should have the color of a very tan white person. About here. All righty. Now, once you're done with that, you want to take your cookie dough, take your spoon, and get a glob of cookie dough. The best way I found to do it is to just get a giant spoonful of cookie dough, press the top of it with your thumb until the excess comes off. Just sort of work your way from the back to the front. Take this amount of cookie dough and roll it up in a ball. Should be about 1 tablespoon of cookie dough, but if you don't have a tablespoon, then you can just use a regular spoon. That works fine. Now what you do is you take that cookie dough ball and you roll it around. You roll it around on the plate, like so. Like you're playing with Play-Doh, like you did in the 3rd grade. Now that you have one, you do that about 40 more times until you have about 40 small balls of rolled in sugar cookie dough. I like to put these on the pan as I'm going along. However, you could just leave them to the side and wait. if you are starting on your pan, you'll want to cover your pan with either parchment paper or some nice good old Target brand pan spray. And then just give it a nice light coating of pan. And there you go, your pan is prepped. Now to start working on those cookie dough balls, you want to make 18 for the first pan, and then however much you have left, put that on the second pan. Alrighty, now this is going to take a while, and I don't have enough material to cover this entire time. So we'll do a Q&A, or just a talk session with all of our 2020 graduates. You can unmute yourselves so that I don't feel as lonely as I do right now.
Do you have a batch going right now, or is this the first one?
I made a batch yesterday, but as I said earlier, there was a cocoa powder incident while I was trying to make some lava cakes, and they got covered in cocoa powder. Along with that entire corner of the kitchen, but that's okay. It took us about 30 minutes to clean up, but it was. All right.
So what was the Q&A? Who's asking the Q and who's giving the A?
Ask any sort of question, and then somebody will answer. I'll answer any questions.
Charles, how are you?
Hi, Pranav. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm also doing good. Well,
Is your quarantine going well?
yes.
That's good. I'm glad. Man, this is a lively crowd we have here today.
Monopoly said hi.
Charles, how often do you bake?
How often do I bake?
Yes.
I prefer to bake about twice a month, if I can.
No problem with that. Like once a week.
However, if I have the time, I like to bake about once a week. Snickerdoodles, however, are my favorite recipe.
Oh, tell me you won the snickerdoodle.
Oh, by the way, this is the same recipe that won the snickerdoodle contest that Mr. Falquist put on. So you guys are having some famous snickerdoodles today.
Wow.
Well, tell us that story. The rest of that story is pretty good.
Oh,
About nobody's asking questions.
since everybody's quiet, would you guys like to hear a fun story from the snickerdoodle contest?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's hear
Yeah.
it, Charles.
Okay, so for the snickerdoodle contest, I had a whole plan. We made glasses, like wine glasses that we were going to put milk into with their juice on it. And we had a wine glass that we were going to fill with chocolate milk. And we had a tabletop, and we had everything set up, and it was all perfect, and we had candles. Anyways, we get to the school to set it up, and I'm rushing because it's directly after school. And they're waiting on me to leave. And so I get the tabletop, and this is important. I take it out, and I shake it like this to unravel it. However, I forgot one very important fact. I have wrapped the glasses with their names on it inside of the table. And so, when I unraveled the cover, he decided to slam against the wall and go everywhere. And somehow we still won with glass on the floor.
Ew.
Sounds like a safety hazard, Charles.
It is a safety hazard. We had a janitor pick it up later.
Charles, what is a snickerdoodle?
What is what?
What is a snickerdoodle?
What is a snicker? Pranav, you poor soul. A snickerdoodle is one of the most amazing creations ever done on this planet. It's like a sugar cookie, but then you put cinnamon on it, and then you roll it in cinnamon and sugar, and it tastes amazing.
Oh, wow. I thought you were gonna say like chocolate because it reminded me of Snickers.
Oh, no, you could put chocolate in it. It's not very good. I've tried it, but you could. Pranav, someday I'll make you some vegan snickerdoodle cookies.
Please do. Thank you.
Oh yeah. What are good egg replacements if you don't want?
Some great egg replacements. My favorite one to do is with applesauce because applesauce keeps it all nice and moist and it's a good bonder. However, another one you could do is with peanut butter. However, that's only for peanut butter recipes because peanut butter tastes very peanut buttery. It's very overpowering. There's another one with some buttermilk and some sort of flour, but I've never tried that one because they don't really sell that type of flour here in the US, so it's kind of hard to do. Those are some great egg replacements if you don't have eggs.
Do you have applesauce? Do people have that?
Yes.
Do we?
Oh,
Wait, is that
I'm just wondering if people like carry around applesauce.
oh. At my mother's house, I do. We have applesauce all the time. We have applesauce here. We have applesauce here.
Whoa.
look for it?
Yes, we carry applesauce regularly. It is a necessity to life.
How many of those are you going to be making, Charles?
A lot.
Just make one.
I'm just doing one pan. I'm only showing one sheet on screen because it does take quite a while. This is the quick version, believe it or not. I practiced my technique yesterday, and this is as fast as I can go.
What is the long version like?
You don't really want to know. The cookie dough itself takes about 20, 25 minutes. Then the rolling, that can take up to an hour. Alrighty, I'm gonna finish up just a couple more and then we'll get started on the baking. And then Philip has a special creation to show everybody.
Yeah.
Phil, are you gonna reveal your secret project?
No, Pranav, we don't talk about that here.
Alrighty, so on our last snickerdoodle, what you're gonna wanna do, it's just the same thing as the rest, but since it's your last one, what I like to do is I like to give it a little bit of an ending. I like to make a little divot in it, and then put some cinnamon sugar in it, so that it's extra special when it's baking. Alright, now that you have all your snickerdoodles made, you should have about 14 on this can right now. Let's just pop those bad boys in the oven. Now there's two ways you could have them spread out. You could have them in the ball, where they're nice and tall and thick, or you could squish them down to where they're a little bit more flat. Now, if you squish them down, there's a great technique to use. Take your thumb, go on ahead, and then just make a little X with your thumb. Squishes it down nice and flat without any cracks on the side. Do an X. Fun story. This is what my teachers used to do on my papers while grading them. X after X after X after X. Alrighty. Once you're done squishing down those snickerdoodles, pop them right in. And Philip, I'll hand it over to you.
All right. So a lot of you sent in pictures to put into the slideshow for the space and engineering.
Wait, I forgot a very important thing. Sorry about that. I'll put it in for about 10 minutes. Don't
Okay.
put it in for the whole time because then they might be done. All right, go on ahead.
Okay. So using all those pictures, I made a quick slideshow. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Did that work? That did work. You go here. Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Oh.
Yes.
Oops.
Oh my god.
Is there no audio to this?
Is there? Do you not hear the audio?
No, we don't hear the audio.
Yikes! How do I make sure that I'm sharing audio? That's bad.
When you share, it gives you that option.
It did
Stop
not.
sharing.
We see Discord right now.
Hold on. Oh, there it is. Oops, I did not see that. Okay, now we're good. Okay, let me just restart it.
Gosh.
You can hear the
Why?
music, right?
Philip, please. Okay. It has been like 30 seconds.
90% of them are you.
I have to disagree with that.
All the Heelys.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Babies. Who are these tiny babies? It's Junior prom. Jake wears that all the time.
Sheesh.
Oh, there's my girls. I love Ariba and Ashley.
Oh.
They're mine. They're in Ashley.
Here and Ashley.
Please, back.
Go.
Yeah.
Brandon's already recording this.
Baby,
Yes.
here come. You did it too early. Melted and Akshata.
Yay.
There were shoes on the foam.
This stuff's Mark Twain.
That's a good picture. I like these pictures.
I love
And
these
that's an
pictures
even
so
better
much.
picture.
And that's even better.
I don't remember this.
Well, those are my kids. Those are my precious angels.
The depth of field on this picture. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Brandon's quality, man.
Oh, I look so ugly. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Did you set it down?
Upside down mini.
I wonder how Minnie's doing. I felt powerful in that chair. I could rule the world.
It looks like they're being mobbed. Tony the celebrity.
Yeah, actually, he has one.
Is that Tony's jacket? Or David's?
That tower was so problematic.
Oh
It
my
broke
god.
on
it
the
was
way there.
horrible.
That was terrible.
Look, I'm looking at the camera.
Oh, but it worked. It worked.
Wait, that's not Chili's.
No, it's Taqueria. Yeah.
Taqueria. Oh man.
Oh, I remember
Halloween.
that. That's so good.
Wow. Are any of them here?
I don't think so.
Is this just the senior project? Yeah.
Yeah. DJ sent me these.
Oh man, that was great.
Use hair.
Yeah. Jamie looks in pain.
Presentation day.
Yes.
Rashino.
Why is there no color in the background?
I don't know. It was edited.
Is half the
On
picture cut off?
Jacob. What are you doing?
Remember
Hey.
this.
I knew I needed.
Ooh.
What was this?
That was girls' night.
Oh, okay. That makes sense why I wouldn't understand that.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh,
What
cute.
happened?
Was that? Yeah, it was AP breakfast.
Yeah.
Best day of my
Was
life.
that AB?
Yeah.
This is Stanford.
Thank you, SEA Council.
Maybe with Adobe Spark.
All right, I'm gonna shot that. Stop sharing my screen. There you go. Charles, how we doing?
All right. So right about now, your cookies should be almost done, if not done already. I'm gonna take these ones out.
These one.
If you want your cookies to be a little bit more crunchy, leave them in until around 10:30 or 11 minutes. If you want it to be a little bit more soft, take them out right now. Alrighty. So, these cookies should be done. However, this is where they turn really special. As soon as you take them out, take the extra dusting sugar and cinnamon, grab a handful of that, and sprinkle it right on over those cookies. It has to be while they're hot though, because you want them to melt and get a nice golden brown color on top. And voila. Once you have that done, you have your sugar cookies. Don't be afraid to be generous. The sugar, the sweeter they are.
Let's go outside.
Let those cool off for about 5 minutes, and then they're ready to eat. Thanks for coming
Okay.
on the show.
Yay! All right, I have to ask, did anyone bake alongside Charles
I
during this
did.
entire thing? All right.
Who's I?
Me, Samani.
Oh, did you?
Good job, Samani.
Were me and Simani the only ones baking?
What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Is there anyone else that baked?
So you get a brownie point if you did bake.
Oh, snickerdoodle.
Brownie.
Yes.
Yes.
A snickerdoodle point.
Hey,
Alrighty.
thank you, Bob Ross Charles.
Thank you. Personally, I'm going to save all of this cookie dough and eat it later tonight around midnight.
Oh.
But you guys can go on ahead and bake the rest of the cookies if you want to.
Oh, Charles.
Show us one of the finished cookies, Charles.
They're cooling off right now, but as soon as they are, I will show you the finished product. Personally, I like to eat them while they're still a little bit hot, and they burn your tongue, but just a little bit, because then they're all nice and chewy in the middle and warm, and it's delicious. Oh, by the way, this is my dog.
Hello,
He's on
dog.
the screen.
Hello.
Hi, dog.
His name is Luke Skybarker Baker because he's missing.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Guy Barker.
Alrighty. Finished cookie product should look just like this.
Wow.
That's adorable.
They're perfect for bite-sized cookies. Now you can eat them like chips while you're watching Netflix.
You got to describe how it tastes.
Yeah, I was just say something.
That's right.
Don't just sit and eat.
It tastes like a really good snickerdoodle.
What is the texture like?
Extra like it tastes like a warm cookie.
Interesting.
Please tell us more, Charles.
I can taste it.
What's the flavor and texture profile?
This is like that one scene from Ratatouille where Remy's visualizing all the
The little
Oh, yeah.
circles in this.
Like literally.
yeah.
Right. So for these cookies, because they're so small, there's no difference between the outside and the inside of the cookie. It's all one nice texture all the way through. There's no crispiness on the outside. Tastes pretty good.
If we wanted crispiness on the outside, what would you recommend?
I would recommend making them a little bit bigger to get the crispy on the outside and gooey on the inside. So about 2 or 3 times the size. Or if you want to just crispy all the way through, like a really crunchy cookie that you can just snap in half, then what you want to do is just leave it in for another minute or a minute and a half, and it'll get nice and crunchy. But in that last 2 minutes, give or take a minute from about 9.5 minute mark, that's where it really gets important on when you take them out.
I have a really serious question for you, Charles.
Yes.
Have you ever considered having your own baking show?
I have considered having a baking business though, throughout the neighborhood. I decided not to do it though because that's a lot of time and a lot of cookies, and I would get tired of baking. But it has been a lot. It would be called Baker's Dozen, and instead of selling things in 10s, I would sell them in, instead of selling things in 12s, I would sell them in 13s because they'd all be Baker's.
Oh.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Is he biting you?
Alrighty.
Thank you, Charles. Any last words from any of our officers?
I have nothing to say.
Have a good summer.
Have a good
Yes.
summer.
It's been a good year.
Yeah.
Please stay inside.
Have a good
Don't stress
summer.
about school. We're over with it.
Yes. It'll be done eventually. Just power through.
Yes.
Love you guys. Take care.
Thank you, too. I miss you.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Civ 6, Civilization 6 is free on Epic. So you guys should
Okay.
download
Oh
it.
my
We can
god.
all play together. I've been playing it. I spent like 7 hours yesterday. It was terrible,
Oh
but
my
fun.
god.
Yeah, Mr. Mink, you should play with us.
Download Civ 6 off the Epic Game
Civilization
Store.
6?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's free on the Epic Game Store.
$60 off.
$60 off, $60.
On that note, if you guys want to add me on League of Legends,
27.
No.
Well, thank you all for. Oh, hey, I was supposed to. Did somebody write down who was here?
Oh.
No.
that would be a good idea.
Record it? Did you record it?
If we did this meeting on Teams, you could download the participant list.
I recorded the meet. I recorded this, but I didn't write down who all was here.
I saw Brandon and Dalton and Pranava.
I mean, we can just take a picture of whoever's in the gallery view.
And Galaxy S9 Plus.
There's a participant
Yeah,
list.
who's Galaxy S9 Plus? They just joined.
They're not muted.
They did not make cookies.
I have the list.
I also have the list.
Okay, great. Thank you. Send it to Mrs. Borges.
All right.
Okay, guys. Thank you again, Charles. Thank you, officers, for a great year in the academy. Wish you all a safe and happy summer.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll be able to all get back together here this fall.
Oh, Mr. Meme,
Yeah.
when are we getting us seniors, when are we getting our sashes and our medals and such?
Well, we're going to do an awards night. The plan is to do it in August.
August.
Rip Brandon. Oh no.
Sorry, Brandon.
What's that?
Oh.
But
I could virtually
that's
tune in.
pretty much where we left it, is that we'll wait until we can actually do something together. Which will
So
probably,
could possibly.
at least I'm hoping it'll be August.
Okay. So, Mr. Mink,
Yeah.
that's awards night. So it could possibly be when school's still going on, right? Or will it be before school opens?
Well, no, the plan would be to do it before school starts.
Oh.
But probably not like a week or so before school starts. The district said they were going to do, the last I heard, they were going to do a graduation ceremony in August.
Mm.
And so we said, well, let's just do our awards night in August then.
Okay, so when does school open? When did they say they will open school then?
They haven't said yet. Right now, there are three possibilities for how school will be this fall. It will be either that we all go back to school and we're all there like normal, only with probably some social distancing requirements, or it'll be like a split schedule. So half the school will go in the morning and the other half will go in the afternoon, so we can spread people out more. Or it will be distance learning again. Or some combination of distance learning and going to school. Yeah, well, I hope it's not distance learning, but
Me too.
they haven't decided. Nobody's decided. I think everybody's still trying to figure it out as the state reopens and goes through its phases and everything.
What about boot camp?
Boot camp is going to be virtual.
Ah, that's fine.
Really?
It's
Oh.
it's so sad.
They told me, the district told me, the district's basically, West High is closed through July 31st. The campus is closed, starting a week from now. The campus will be closed till July 31st. They've canceled all events on the campus. So they told me if you want to do it, it'll have to be virtual. So
That's something.
I'm going to have to figure that one out. Any of you have ideas, I would welcome the ideas. And if you want to.
You can teach them how to use Creo, and then they can model the roller coaster inside of Creo.
Oh God, that would be
Everyone
horrible.
plays Roller Coaster
Try
Tycoon.
and teach little pre-freshmen how to use Creo.
I'm not willing to take that one on.
Yikes.
I call my 8th grade brother a proto-freshman.
True.
I wouldn't be able to help. That's my adjunct duty. So I have
Okay, anything else?
Mr. Mink, where will this recording be?
Where will this
accessible?
recording be?
Yes.
I'll put it on my YouTube channel.
Yes,
Yay.
everyone go subscribe to Randy Mink. That is RandyMoehnke. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you everybody for watching.
Yeah.